I don't care if you are 20 years old or 90 years old, you can benefit from resistance training. It is one of the most important things you can do to improve the quality of your life and to improve your longevity. But why? Why resistance training? Welcome to First Responder Fitness with Carl Wimmer, where armor is forged through mental, spiritual, and physical preparation. Welcome to First Responder Fitness with Carl Wimmer. I am Carl Wimmer, your host, and I am so glad you've chosen to tune in and join me on this adventure that we are taking together, this adventure of health and fitness and longevity. Especially, I want to welcome our first responders, our law enforcement officers, our firefighters, and anyone in the first responder community. I commend you for your dedication and your service to others. I also welcome anyone else who is watching this. I am so grateful you've chosen to join us today. May 1st, can you believe it? This year is almost half over. It is unbelievable how quick time flies when you're having fun. And just as you get older, time goes by so much quicker. I just, as a side note to that, I would just encourage you that wherever you are in life, whatever you are doing, take a minute to look around and enjoy the process. Enjoy life. Enjoy spending time with loved ones, with family members, with friends. Just take time to appreciate what you have because it goes by so quickly. Well, my friends, this is month 5 of our Habits to Healthy in 1 Year program. If you're one of those who have been following along, I'm just so grateful, and I encourage you to keep up the great work. We have been working so hard, and you've been working so hard. If this is the first time you've heard of the Habits to Healthy in 1 Year program, let me just explain it to you, and you can pick it up this very month. You can start right now. What the Habits to Healthy program is a program that was birthed as I was discussing with other people the fact that New Year's resolutions fail for the overwhelming majority of people. By this time, of course, May 1st, by this time of the year, over 90% of people who set New Year's resolutions back in January have completely forgotten what they resolved to do. Those of you who set fitness goals have completely forgotten them. You haven't set foot in that gym since about the 3rd week of January. You may have even bought yourself a year-long membership that you're stuck in that you can't get out of because gyms know how it works. They know that people are not generally dedicated for the long haul, and they have a lot of expense and overhead expense. And so they want to get you locked into at least a 1-year contract so that, number one, they're not getting money this month, but not next month, and they go bankrupt. I mean, honestly, we complain about the fact that they lock us into a 1-year contract, but the fact is, it's unfair to them if you go in and say, I just want to pay month to month, because then they can't plan to buy new equipment or set up new stuff. It is a very volatile business model. And so to kind of keep things a little bit more steady, they lock you into a 1-year contract. But unfortunately, you get so excited and so motivated the first part of January, and you get locked into that 1-year contract, and then you stop going to the gym, and your New Year's resolutions fail. We want to change that here at First Responder Fitness. One of the biggest problems we have is that we set these goals that are absolutely unattainable. You're a 280-pound man. You're a 230-pound woman. And you think, I want to get down to a beach bod by summer. And you think that you're going to be able to shed 80, 90, 100 pounds between January and March. And when that 8-week shred program by phony baloney Scheidster V-Shred or any of these other influencers who really don't know what they're talking about doesn't work, you lose motivation. and you stop going to the gym and you forget, you just throw your hands up and say, I'm done. I'm a hard gainer. I'm just meant to be fat. I'm meant to be out of shape. And that is not true. You are made to live a healthy lifestyle. You are made to thrive and prosper and be healthy and fit. All of you. It just takes work. And so we put together a program. How can we make it so that it's simple? And so we started in January of this year with very simple but very powerful strategies and habits that you can start to stack month after month after month to make your life completely change. And if you stick with this for an entire year, you absolutely will have changed your life after 12 months. You will have stacked together 12 to 15 new habits that will change your metabolic health, help you lose weight, and put on muscle. A quick recap: we started by, drinking more water. Drink more water. Stop drinking your calories. Drink more water. Walking every single day. Get your steps in. Tracking everything you eat. We talked about supplements that can help improve your metabolic health. We talked about one of the most important things is focusing on and prioritizing protein intake, as well as fiber intake. We talked about these simple things that if you get into the habits of doing, build the base and the foundation for this next month number 5, which is one of the most important in all of the months that you're going to face. Up to this point, we have been stacking habits that have created this base of metabolic health. If you have started your walking program, if you have increased your water intake, if you're tracking your food consumption, you're making sure you're getting the micronutrients and the macronutrients and the protein intake, now is the time to begin resistance training. And that is month number 5's Habit to Healthy. Begin a resistance training program. I don't care if you are 20 years old or 90 years old, you can benefit from resistance training. It is one of the most important things you can do to improve the quality of your life and to improve your longevity. But why? Why resistance training? Well, we know scientifically and without any question that after the age of 30, and that is not old, my friends, but after the age of 30, you lose roughly 3% of your muscle mass, maybe 5% of your muscle mass per decade after age 30, unless you actively resist losing your muscle. How many of you have parents, or how many of you have grandparents, or how many of you might be in the situation where you struggle getting off the couch, where you struggle going up and down the stairs, even 3 or 4 or 5 steps? You struggle moving. You fear falling because you don't have the strength to catch yourself or to stop yourself. That isn't something that happened overnight just because you had another birthday. It wasn't like you're 75 years old and you had a birthday and you became 76 and now all of a sudden you have no strength, muscle mass, or no ability to go up and down stairs. This happened from the time you were 30 until the age you're at now. And it was decades of abuse. And when I say abuse, what I mean by that is misuse of your body. It was decades of not using your body, decades of not exercising, decades of taking the easy route, and now you're paying the consequences of that. I did a video, and I'm going to go back. We're going to go back, and in our studio, we're going to number every single one of the videos so that I can refer to video number 3, 4, 6. I did a video early on called Choose Your Hard. And I would encourage you to go back and watch that video, Choose Your Hard, because the concept of that is this. You can either choose to exercise now as a young person and continue to exercise for the rest of your life, which can be difficult and takes dedication. Or you can choose not to do that and live the last 10, 15, 20 years of your life handicapped, as someone who can't go up and down stairs, as someone who can't get off the couch, as someone who fears falling down because you don't have the strength to stop your momentum. You can't step into a truck. You can't get out of a truck. You can't do the basic things that life requires. You have to choose your hard, because life is difficult no matter what. It's difficult if you exercise now, or it's much more difficult if you're handicapped in the last 20 years of your life. You have to choose your hard. You will start losing muscle if you don't fight it. And that is so important to understand. But why else should we resistance train? Well, because the fact is, if you want to burn fat, there's no question cardio is king when it comes to burning fat. You got to burn more calories than you take in. Actually, diet is king, because no matter how hard you work, if you're eating in a surplus of calories, you're going to gain fat. You cannot lose fat without cutting calories, being in a calorie deficit. You're a human living in the universe. There are immutable laws in this universe. The laws of thermodynamics deal with energy consumption, energy creation, energy production, energy use. Calories, you take in too much energy. That's what a calorie is. It's just energy. If you take in too much energy and you don't burn that energy, it'll be stored as energy, which means it'll be stored as fat. But the more muscular you are, the more energy your body uses. You burn more energy in your sleep if you have more lean muscle mass. Isn't that great? Weightlifting is like this double whammy against fat. Not only does it build up your muscles, but while you're at rest, you're burning more calories. So it increases your metabolism. Muscle gives you more mobility. Muscle is the longevity organ. It is the thing that will improve and increase your longevity more than any other factor. The more muscle you have, the longer you will live, given all other things being equal. Strong muscles prevent injury. They support joints. They fight age-related decline. There is no negatives to having more muscle. There is no negatives to being stronger. For you first responders, strength is a non-negotiable. It's required for your job performance and for your recovery. If you're a firefighter who has to drag hose or haul a pack with the amount of equipment that you have to carry, you have to be strong. Police officers, you're just whistling in the dark, whistling past the graveyard. If you don't have muscle, strength, cardiovascular endurance, the ability to fight, you are just hoping that you don't run into somebody who actively resists, because you'll lose that fight. So strength is a non-negotiable when it comes to first responders, but it's really a non-negotiable for all of us, for everybody, if you want to age with grace. So what do we do to get started? What do we do for month 5 to implement this strength training habit to healthy? You have many, many options. You have options if you have money. You have options if you don't have money, but you have lots of options. Let's talk about the most basic, obvious option, which is to join a gym. Go down and join a gym. It's the best money that you could ever spend on yourself. Go down and join a gym and start an exercise program. Barring joining a gym, you could purchase your own set of dumbbells for home in your garage or in your bedroom. A set of dumbbells, a set of kettlebells will give you a great muscle training workout. Plus, you can do cardiovascular exercise with kettlebells. I love kettlebells. Resistance bands barring anything else, if you can't afford anything else, resistance bands are better than nothing. There are money conscious, budget conscious alternatives if you need them. Charles Atlas, one of the really godfathers of strength training and bodybuilding back in the, 1940s, he built a really respectable body doing what he called dynamic tension. This is just really like push-ups and dips between chairs. He worked out in the comfort of his own bedroom, and his ad was, work out in the comfort of your own bedroom and surprise your friends with the results. The Charles Atlas program was effective for many, and it didn't require any weights at all. You could pull springs, any kind of resistance bands or springs. There are many, many budget-friendly alternatives. But I'm going to venture to say the most common or most applicable one for most of you is to join a gym, a local community fitness center, or perhaps you have access to a gym at your work facility. If you do, make use of it. The next thing I would do is this. If you're new to weight training, hire a personal trainer. Splurge. Spend your Christmas. Ask somebody, hey, it's my birthday coming up. Hey, Christmas coming up. Don't give me anything for Christmas. Buy me 3 months of a personal trainer at my gym. It will be the best thing you ever do for yourself, because a personal trainer can tailor a plan to fit your needs and your goals. They can monitor your form. They can monitor your progression. They can tailor make exercise programs for you. I highly recommend hiring a personal trainer for at least 3 months. 1, to get the full impact from that personal trainer, but 2, so that you can gain experience and learn how to use the equipment, learn how to exercise, learn how to do the things you need to do. You can learn a periodization schedule. You can learn about progressive overload. You can learn about all of the sets and the rep ranges and how you can set up your program for you. Hire a personal trainer. You could ask your gym if they offer introductory training programs. Maybe they give you a free training session so you can see if you vibe with the personal trainer. It is some of the best money you will spend. Don't think it's too expensive, because you spend more money every month on tacos or burritos or fast food. You spend more money on streaming Netflix. Spend some money on yourself. Spend some money on your health. Spend some money on your future self. You'll thank yourself. Hire a personal trainer. Barring that, let's say you have some weightlifting experience, but you won't need to get back into the gym. A basic weight training program, I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but a basic weight training program for this habit to healthy should include 3 to 4 days of full body resistance training. What I'm talking about is you want to be able to work out in the gym at least 4 days a week, 3 days a bare minimum, but preferably 4 days a week, working every muscle group at least once that week, if not twice if you can. You want to work your shoulders. The way I do it is I split my workouts up into a push, pull, leg day, and I work out 6 days a week. That's me. I'm not telling you to do what I do, but I work out 6 days a week. So my push day basically consists of, I call it a push day, but it basically consists of my chest, my triceps, and my shoulders. That's what I'm going to go work out right when I'm done recording this for you. My chest, my triceps, my shoulders, that's my push day. My pull day consists of working my back and my biceps, all of the lats, the mid back, the rhomboids, the traps, everything, the back and my biceps. And then, of course, my leg day, I try to hit my quadriceps and my hamstrings, my calves. I get the entire leg in one day. And I do each one of those push, pull, leg twice a week because I'm in the gym 6 days a week. I would encourage you, at very least, work out 3 days a week where you're doing a push, pull, leg split. You could do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, getting adequate rest. And we're going to talk about rest in just a minute because that's part of this habit to healthy. I want you to focus on compound movements. Focus on those big, strong movements, the squat. Now, squatting is a skill. I was a world champion powerlifter. I learned how to squat very well. But most people don't squat naturally. And that's where a personal trainer will come in. You need to learn how to do it safely. I rant and I rave about squatting in a power rack. I'm not going to keep that up, but you can go back and watch a lot of my videos where I talk about the deadly sins of weightlifting. And I suggest you do that before your weight training program begins. But I do recommend the big compound movements, your squats, your deadlifts, push-ups. I want to see an America where push-ups are made great again. Make push-ups great again. I don't even know what the acronym for that would be, but make push-ups great again. The push-up is one of the best overall upper body exercises you can do. It works your chest, your triceps, your shoulders. It frees up the scapula in the back. It is like doing a plank, but you're moving and working your entire body. I love the push-up, weighted push-ups with a vest. If you're really good at doing push-ups, you can do 50, 60 of them. Put a weight vest on. Get it to where you're only doing 15 to 20 reps. Pull-ups, even assisted pull-ups are great for the back. Farmer carries, functional fitness workouts. I did an entire video on the number one trend of 2025, which is functional fitness. Do some functional fitness lifting. That is what I would focus on. And I'd keep it realistic. Seriously, 45-minute sessions, especially if you're new. I'm in the gym a lot longer than that, but I'm mixing different things together. I'm doing what I know works for me. But for someone who's just starting off, 45 minutes, get in, get it done. Get a good workout in, get it done. And then rest. Active rest. I don't mean don't just lay around, okay? On your days off, don't just lay around, get fat and happy and eat Ho-Ho's, donuts, and Twinkies, okay? You're undoing everything that you've done, okay? We are progressively getting healthier over a period of time. Don't undo it with bad choices. On your rest days, be active. What does that mean? Well, it means get out and go for your walk, your daily walk that we talked about. Still, get out and go walking. Do gardening, do housework, go biking, go swimming, do a fun sport, go hiking. Do something that keeps the momentum up without putting you into overtraining, okay? Keep your body moving. The body was meant to move. Keep it pliable and flexible and move around. This not only keeps you active on your rest days, but it helps you recover. Helps you recover while it's improving your cardiovascular health and your mental clarity. So important, especially for you first responders. Active rest days are, just think of it this way. It encourages consistent movement all week long. You don't want to lay around. You don't want to sit around and get stiff. Stay active. Stay moving. So that's it. Weight training and active rest. Get into a strength training program right now. Do not delay. I want you to continue your habits that you've been doing month 1 through 4. Continue your morning walks. Continue to track your food. Continue with hydration. Continue with your supplementation. Continue with your high protein diet, prioritizing high protein. Now, when you add in weight training, everything else you've been doing just compounds for your overall health. You're going to start packing on muscle, and this is the month. The next month, this month coming up, as you start weight training, is the month where you are going to start noticing the difference in the mirror. You're going to start noticing everything coming together. These small steps, they build real lifelong changes. So I encourage you to do it. This is perhaps the most physically demanding month yet, but it's also the most rewarding. As Dr. Gabrielle Lyons says, she says, muscle is the organ of longevity. I said that earlier. I was quoting her earlier. Muscle is the organ of longevity. Get out there and build some muscle. I encourage you to get involved in the Habits to Healthy program. I encourage you to go back and watch our YouTube or Spotify videos dating all the way back to month 1. You can go back and we can walk you through this entire process. If you are subscribed, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube, I encourage you to subscribe. Click subscribe and hit the bell button. In all of our social media program the homepage, there are links. I want to bring your attention to the link tree. If you click on the link tree, it'll take you to our storefront where you can purchase items that we recommend, but it also takes you to month by month, the Habits to Healthy, a downloadable PDF, one page that talks about every one of these month to month habits that you are stacking. So I encourage you, go to the link tree, purchase anything that's there that you could use, purchase it through our affiliate links, and then download the free PDF downloadable sheets of information on Habits to Healthy in a year. I encourage you to continue to be healthy, continue to follow along, subscribe, and share this journey with a friend. This is for everybody, but it's especially for those of you who are new or who have given up on fitness goals. I don't want you to give up. I want to encourage you. I want you to join us, because if you do so, it'll change your life. I encourage you to leave a comment with what you're in the comment section. What are you going to do this month? Are you going to join a gym? You're going to buy some weight equipment for home? What's your plan? Let us know in the comments below. I encourage you to join us each month. Continue to follow us along and join us for Habits to Healthy in 1 year. Until next time, I'm Carl Wimmer, encouraging you to be good to yourself, be good to others, and as always, stay safe.